So Monday's lesson is about division using arrays. You should have clicked on the link and watched this opener that's a Khan Academy video. It's about a 2-minute video visualizing division with arrays. If you have not done that, please go back to the, the classroom and click right there to watch the lesson opener to the Khan Academy video. It's a really good starter for the lesson. So if we look at strategies for division and we're using an array model as another strategy, it's not that hard when the model's given to you. You just have to figure out what numbers to use. So here's an array model right here, and let's break it down and look at each piece. The model shows 28 blocks total. The model is split into 4 groups, are also your rows. There are 7 objects in each group, and this shows 28 divided by 4 equals 7. So let's just look at it piece by piece and see where these numbers are coming from. Steps for writing a division sentence from an array model. First, you have to count the total number of tiles in the array. There's different ways you can do it. You can count by ones, touch and count each individual tile if you want to. You can count the first grouping or row and then skip count by that number, this many times. That's what I do. You can go down the columns. You would be counting by 4s this way, just as long as you get the total, but don't get stuck. Count by ones if you can't do anything else. The next thing is you need to count the number of groups, and you're going to see the grouping either be the rows, or we're going to look at some, it's going to be the grouping you'll easily see as the columns. So right here it's the groups. These are groups of 4. And then the last number comes from how many are in each group. You just go to that top group, the first group, and count how many are in each group. If you skip counting, you've already got them counted out. So the total number of tiles, the number of groups, and the number in each group are the 3 numbers you need to make your division sentence from an array. So let's just practice a few of these. The model shows 16 blocks in all, and the model is split into 8 groups. So there are this many objects in each group. It's already got it counted out for us for the total, but how they got that is just counting by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And so that's the total number of tiles. And you can see it's split into 8 groups. This time it's in columns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then go back and find how many are in each group. You really just need to look at 1 because they're in equal groups, and there are 2 right here. So 16 divided by 8 is 2. On this one, we have 36 blocks. There's a couple of different ways you could get that. You can count by 4s if you want to. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. Or if you're stuck, touch and count by ones. The model is split into 9 groups, and again, these groups are the columns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 36 tiles put into 9 groups means there are 1, 2, 3, 4 in each group. 36 divided by 9 is 4. With this one, I took and I labeled each part since the fill in the blanks or the sentences aren't there. So let's just try looking at those this way. Our total, how many tiles are there in this entire picture? You can count by 2s or 1s. 2, 2, oh, it did it double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My stylus was messing up on me. I was trying to count by 2s. 2, 4, 6. So my total, tiles in all, how many groups do I have? That's how many that are circles. So I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many is in each group? Look at the first group, and there's 2. So 6 divided by 3 equals 2. Let's look at this one. Pause the video and see if you can come up with the answer on your own, and then check back with me to see if you got it right. All right, our total: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14. My number of groups: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then how many is in each group? 2. So 14 divided by 7 is 2. And do that here. Pause the video again and see if you can come up with the division sentence that this array represents, and then check back with me. I could go across and get the total for each row if I wanted to, or I can come down and get the total for each column. Since I did columns last time, I think I'll try the rows this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 here, and then there's 8 more in the second row. So 8 plus 8 is 16, and then 8 more is 24. So I have a total of 24 tiles. And then I have to, this number we're going to say is our number of groups again, remember. And I'm looking at the groups this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there are 3 in each of these groups. Or just to show you another way, you might have looked at it or have been looking at some of these in this way. You have a total of 24. But you're looking at the groups as being the rows. There's 1, 2, 3. So that is 3 groups that way. And then the number that's in each group: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. So either one of these is correct. It depends on which way you look at it, as the rows being the groups or the columns being the groups. Pause the video again and you try this one. All right, I see that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count by fives quickly and easily. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So my total is 35. And my number of groups, I can count this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the same as saying that whole entire column. And then I've already counted how many is in each one of those, so that's 5. Or again, like I was showing you on the last one, you could say I have 35, and then my groups are this way. I have 5 rows. And there are 7 in each one. So if you're doing this on paper pencil, you need to actually count them out. If you're seeing a problem like this that you're working and you see it on a computer screen on your Chromebook, you can touch that screen, touch and count each one of these tiles. You should not miss problems like this when the model is given to you, because the answer is there within the picture or the model. And here's our quick check. If you will pause the video and come up with the answer yourself and then check back with me. Getting the number that's our total. Here is 4, and 4 more is 8, so 8. And I'm looking at the groups this way. 2. 8 divided by 2, and how many is in each group is 4. Well, division and multiplication go together. This is just a little bit of extra information I shared with the class today. I could read a division sentence backwards and say 4 times 2, and you guys have your 2's facts memorized, and that is 8. So that's a way you can check yourself. If you read the division problem backwards, 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. That is it for today's lesson. If you will get your math practice page It is arrays on the sheet. I think it's, yes, 6 problems. And just use this same strategy, same steps over and over again, where you count the total to get your first number, you count the number of groups to get your second number, and then you count the number of objects to get the answer. And please let me know if you have any questions.